A shout out to our podcast sponsor, sportsponsorship.co.uk. If you or your business are interested in making a real difference to the Scottish game, supporting hundreds of kids into regular football, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk and they'll find the right fit for your brand. Hello folks and welcome to Tin Pot, a Scottish football podcast with myself, Tom, and my two chums, Matt and Andrew. We're back with episode 56, here to discuss all things Scotland national men's football team, because we're bang in the middle of the World Cup. It's Monday the 22nd of June as we record, and the Argentina-Austria match has just ended, so off air we've been riffing about Lionel Messi, but there won't be much discussion about that man because he does not don the dark blue. He is more of a fan of the light blue. Coming up, we're just going to discuss the Morocco game, which took place on Friday night, and sort of give an overview of our thoughts on the game, and then look ahead to Wednesday night's decider down in Miami as Scotland take on Brazil with a chance to get out the World Cup group for the first time. So yeah, plenty to be discussed in the hour, and we'll end with a quiz, as we always do. That is what is coming up. But before we get started, it's Tin Pot trademark to have Tin Pot nonsense chat at the start, much to the dismay of some people who listen. They want us to solely stick to the football, but that is not our style. So, Matthew, you are the biggest nonsensical man on the podcast. Take it away. What's happening in your life? How are you?
Yes, very well, Tom. Very well. Had a interesting weekend. Took the Canberra out for its first trip.
Oh, nice.
This weekend. Didn't venture too far. Just 5 minutes as a Cooper in a nice little field. It was very nice. I recommend the Rings, it was called, near Cooper. An inclusive and disabled friendly campsite for all to enjoy. The woman, I can't remember her name, Maggie Henderson, something like that, as an MBE for services.
Give her surname, why don't you? She got middle name? What's her postcode?
I don't know, mate. The Rings it's called. I told you the name. She's got an MBE for services to inclusive something or other, like helping out disabled folk. I read it like 3
That's
times.
very good.
Yes, it was a really cool place. Kids enjoyed it. First time I've slept in the old Canberra. Did not get much sleep. The plan was to put Marley and Maya, my two kids, in the pop-top roof. And then that was quickly changed because my son's an absolute riot and I couldn't trust him because you can't actually see them when you shut the roof or sort of get to them. So they're just like there in the roof, and I just did not trust him to not collapse the roof upon himself, thus squashing them, both children, to death. So we took him down and he slept on the bed with us, which wasn't big enough. So yeah, quite uncomfortable, face smushed against a cabinet for the night, but it was fine. And I was absolutely exhausted from the night before, which was obviously the Scotland game, so didn't get much sleep, but the views before I went to bed and when I woke up were worth it. So yeah, definitely not going to return the camper van, and we're going to persevere.
Good man.
Other than that, was at a fifth birthday party in Little World of Play in Cowdenbeath, and a first birthday party in the Steddings pub in Kirkcaldy.
Bloody hell, non-stop.
So it's been a busy weekend for me, and to round it off today, I was working, but whilst, of course, working from home, sometimes you can have something on in the background to keep you entertained. So I watched The Football Factory to get me ready for Wednesday night. I'm going to find some Brazilians and batter them. So, an old classic with our good mate Danny Dyer. I don't know if anyone's watched it recently, but it's just incredible stuff.
Can I shock you? I've never seen it full stop, never mind recently.
Have you seen Green Street?
Joking?
You've seen Green Street,
I've seen Green Street, yeah. I'll need to watch
just like,
Football
It's
Factory.
pretty much the same story as Green Street, minus the fact that they're back in Jer now. But
there's no American.
No, but it's really funny. It's just like so of its time, and but it's still quite relevant today, which is quite interesting. There's a lot of sort of undertones of sort of immigration, men and violence, Yeah, I would say it's quite relevant to today's society. I would say it should be taught in schools. I mean, serious. Minus the swearing. We could bleep it out every second. See you next Tuesday, or you shy. You want some? You want some? You shy. But yeah, it's a lot of that.
Way over my head. I've never seen it. But
it is really interesting.
Make me want to watch.
And a lot of PG sort of violence, you know. Like, come on in, you fucking want some? And it's go on. Yeah, an award-winning role for Mr. Dyer there, his breakout role, I think. He was very convincing as a thick London fighting man. I don't know if this was he sort of drew from reality of himself, but he was very convincing as the main character. And yeah,
if you're describing him as very convincing, I would say that that's not only where his career started, but where he probably peaked then. Just in my opinion.
He was in EastEnders for a while, I think. I think he was the proprietor of the Queen Vic for a while, and he's also a West End star. And I think he was in a film recently about cocaine. Again, I'm sure. So he kind of sticks to the same genre of drugs and sort of.
I think he's bought a caravan park with his daughter as well, so you might be interested in that. It's a reality show. Yeah, Danny Dyer and Danny Dyer running a caravan park, yeah.
Is it inclusive for disabled people?
Maybe. It's right up your street though, isn't it? Relevant.
Funny thing was, boxes. Andrew, about caravan sites for one, we drove to this first site and it said adults only. Adults only? What's that about?
Oh yeah,
it was like a nude one.
He's in the bowl situation.
I did not see any nudity, nor did I see any cuckolding, but I did see a few people sitting drinking alcohol peacefully. That's probably more what it's about, rather than sort of mental children running about. So just a word of warning to anyone who intends to go camping with children: check in advance on the website, preferably, if they are child friendly or not, because the kids were very upset when they couldn't go. So we drove in, the guy was like, oh yeah, come in, have a good time, and then he was like, oh yeah, just park up at number 7, and he looked in the car and said, oh, you've got kids with you? And I was like, yeah, and he's like, oh, you can't stay here. So the kids went mental, started crying, such a drive away.
So you left them at the roundabout and drove in anyway.
Yeah, I'll come get you afterwards. They were standing outside the fence. Yeah, we were there enjoying a good time. Other than that, can I think of anything else that happened to me? Nah, that's it.
Lovely. Yeah, very action-packed weekend. You've managed to cram it all into a 6-minute segment for us. Well done. It's not easy, considering how busy your life is. Andrew, how are things in your world? I know we all saw each other on Friday night at the fantastic watch party hosted by our sponsors, Nooch Bar and Kitchen. So we had a good natter then, but what's been happening in your life?
I'll keep it brief and snappy. Went to the Royal Highland show, got some sunburn. Kid had a massive tantrum, had to leave before I had a chance to buy anything. Was pretty upset, thought about it quite a lot since then, and has been the height of my depression for the weekend. Then it was Father's Day. The next day went to the Buffalo Farm, so very farm themed weekend. Bought some meat, had some lunch there, came back, had a barbecue, and watched a bit more football. That's my weekend.
A classic Guild weekend, if you don't mind me saying. Farm stuff, scran,
meat,
barbecue, football. Wow. A Royal Highland show, that's like your number one thing that goes in the calendar every year, isn't it? That and a bunch of comedy shows.
I'll book it as soon as it comes out, because you get it about half price, and definitely going to go. But yeah, I was really gutted because we went around the market bit. I was like, just have a quick look, and then we'll go and get some lunch, and then we'll go back to the market, load up, get the fuck out of here. So did that, went round. I was like, gin, butteries, chocolate, meats, fucking sauces, blah blah blah. I was like, I'm gonna have all the shit. Went back, had some food, which was really nice. Had like steak and chips on a wee picnic blanket, and then the kid decided just to roll like tantrum after that. So I was like, we're never getting back there. So I had to just think about all those things instead of actually sampling them, which
The shopping list never got
wasn't the
purchased.
same.
Oh, yeah, we were
No, it
discussing
wasn't.
that. Your excitement of the samples on Friday.
Yeah.
On the way home as you
Yeah,
had your eyes closed, driving you home.
cheese and all that kind of shit. Yeah,
Mhm.
just didn't even get it. But yeah, probably
Smelt it on the
did
way
share a
past.
lot of that.
Did you smell it on the way through the
Us,
place?
yeah. I was literally like, I was next it.
It was nice.
I should have just bought it on the way round, but I
Yeah.
had the day planned, and that was it. And
Heartbreak.
anyway,
These things aren't for the kids. I mean, seeing cows and sheep and that, they don't care. It's just chuck
we
chuck
did
her in
we
a crash
did,
and go and enjoy the cheese.
yeah, we did say after it, maybe next year she isn't coming with us. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that was me. Good weekend all round. Loving the cracking weather. Loving the football. Lots of beers. Lots of meat. Yummy, yummy, yum, yum. Happy man. How was your weekend?
Bingo, snap, crackle, and pop. Yeah, it was fine. I don't have children, as you two know, so I had a nice lie-in post-Scotland match. Able to catch up on my 8 hours that you two definitely didn't get. And yeah, I had a pretty chilled Saturday. Went to visit the folks to watch the Netherlands game and the Germany game back to back with a couple of brewskis.
A steak
And then
pie?
Sunday was glorious weather. Yes, and a steak pie. How did you know that?
Because you were discussing it on the way home as I gave you a lift on Friday.
Oh, James told me that I was getting a steak pie. Yeah, he ruined the surprise.
We discussed it in the car ride
Pretty
home.
sure my mum listens to these episodes, so she just found out that James has betrayed her.
Did you act surprised or did you
Right.
genuinely forget that he told you?
I genuinely had forgotten, yeah, which was nice, so the surprise was still legit. But yeah, it was a good steak pie, and to be fair, she gave me 2 Scotch pies from the same place she got the steak pie, Smitty Farm Shop out at Blair Drummond Safari Park.
Shout out
And the
Smitty.
Scotch pie,
Ooh.
it's the best Scotch pie I've ever had in my life. Bar
Is that
Really?
right?
Yeah, genuinely, 100%. It's crammed full of meat, like bulging. Do you know sometimes you get a Scotch pie and there's a gap between the top of the meat and the lid? This thing is incredible. So
Coming out the
shout out to
top.
Bramo
Smitty.
Problemo.
Spouting out the hole at the top. You know, sometimes have a wee hole in
Yeah,
them.
like turtle heading.
Yeah, the meat's like... yeah. Smitty. Gone Smitty.
Yeah, it's
Ooh, I've
really
actually never been there yet, so it's on the list.
It's right up your. I've not been to the place, but based on how good the steak pie was and the Scotch pie, it's going to be right up your Strasser.
Yeah,
I was
the
at a good farm
promotional
shop
videos
on,
look good.
I was at a good farm shop on Saturday on the way to the campsite called Blackadyside Farm just past leaving. You been, Andrew?
Yes, my parents live right next to that.
Yeah. It's got an amazing farm shop, and I bought some macaron, iron brew flavoured macaron. Very nice.
Yeah, you can pick berries and stuff there as well.
Yeah, there's a butcher's at the back with like loads of good meat and like delicious pies and stuff.
Of all the things to get, you got an iron brew flavored macaron.
Oh, not like a
Judging you a little
macaron,
bit.
not like a macaroon. Macaroon. You know the bar with like chocolate and coconut on it.
Ah, you've not really redeemed yourself that much by saying it's a macaroon instead of
I just
macaron.
like
but you've
macaroons,
tried
son.
it. Yeah, fair enough.
Couldn't buy a pie because I wasn't going to heat it up. I don't have anywhere to heat it up, and I like a pie that's warm. I think.
Oh yeah, you can't take those home, can you? Those pies, you just have to eat them there and then, don't you? It's
Well, I was going to a campsite
it's a
and I didn't
bugger.
want to eat it the next day because I wasn't going to Sunday night, so then it would have been all out of date. Or
Oh, do you not have a
melted.
fridge in your camper, no?
yeah, I do, but we didn't turn it on.
Oh, so you do have a way of storing it till you get home.
we didn't turn it on this time. We were just going to sleep. That's all. No, I'll
Cool.
maybe go next time. Yeah.
What a funny story.
Oh, funny story as well about Newt.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, do you remember that we had that predictions thing? And
What?
the predictions league at the beginning of the season,
right.
and Andrew won, and he was supposed to get rolls from Newt. Remember, listener?
Andrew didn't win shit.
But whatever, whoever won. Well, then James,
You know fine well who won.
right, I won.
No, you didn't.
Right,
Behave
you won.
yourself. Yeah.
So then James kindly donated some rolls to Tam, who then kindly gave them to me. And you know what I did with them? And I guess
And you what?
No. Ate them.
the rolls. Yeah, stuffed them full of bacon and ate them. Thanks a lot, James, mate, for that. Nothing tastes better than a vegan roll than some bacon. That's a fact.
I think most rolls are vegan.
Whatever. It was great. The roll's class. The bacon was class. Get it on the menu at Nooch, that's all I'm saying.
Bacon rolls.
Bacon
That was
rolls.
another wonderful story, mate. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed the rolls.
But also good of our sponsors to finally donate those rolls that were promised to the winner months ago.
Bacon rolls.
And if you support our sponsor more by maybe nipping in for a bit of lunch, then maybe you'd have got them earlier.
Yeah, if they had bacon rolls on the menu, mate, I'd be there all the time.
Behave yourself. Can we discuss some football? Is that all right? With
Yes, please.
15 minutes in, which is 50 minutes longer than Scotland managed to last in the Morocco game without conceding a goal. Scotland got beat by Morocco on Friday night, a narrow 1-0 defeat in which Scotland managed 0 shots on target. Not fantastic from Scotland, but we're going to dissect that game, looking at the all the opportunities we had, potential red card, potential penalties that could or should have been given. But the sort of debates were started in the match even before a ball was kicked when the lineup was announced. So Tierney was on the pitch for Ben Gannon-Doak as a replacement, and immediately your mind goes to 3-5-2 or whatever it might be, 5-4-1, 5 at the back sort of situation. But as soon as the kickoff started, you see Tierney running about on left midfield, which was sort of eyebrow raising. Of all the games that a lot of fans have been looking for Clarke to change things up or try something a bit left field, he chose that game and chose to put Kieran Tierney out on the left. And it seemed that his primary task was to man mark Achraf Hakimi, a right back. So, yeah, a wee bit of a strange decision, and it was clear that in the opening 5-10 minutes of that game, it had messed our shape up massively. A lot of the players didn't really know where to be, and I think that's part of the reason why we conceded that goal so early. What are your thoughts on that Tierney decision, Matthew, and the goal itself? Was there an individual to blame for it? Was it just a lack of shape? What's your take?
Yeah, the Tierney selection was obviously interesting when we first saw the lineup. Yeah, we thought 3 at the back. And then someone said, Tom English said that it was 4-4-2, to which we were all surprised. It's hard to say how it would have worked if it was 0-0. But the goal, obviously, not enough pressure on the ball. Ball over the top. Hanley tries to play offside. Were we too high? I don't know. And then the guy scored an amazing finish. So, well, keeper has no chance with that. I don't know. Can you blame Hanley for pushing out and then trying to play offside? What do you think? I think you felt it was...
I don't think so. I think even if Hanley's in line with the rest, Patterson just plays him onside anyway. I think the issue came from ahead of the defensive line. Yeah. It's where the balls come from to start with.
Yeah. It was.
And I think Tierney being on Hakimi like he was, I think that drags other players out of position because there's holes to cover. It was a very, very bizarre decision in my opinion from Clarke, and I think it was one of those situations where the water break really helped us. After 20 minutes, we stopped. Clarke had a word, and it seemed that straight after that, the man marking kind of stopped, didn't it?
Mm. Yeah, Tierney was certainly going up and down a bit more. So yeah, it was a decision gone wrong. I mean, you can understand his sort of thinking. Hakimi is, their captain and best player. Would you say? Best.
I mean, yeah, he is.
Is it worth sacrificing Tierney to man mark a right back who may or may not go forward that often? I don't know.
If he's as good as he is in a team like Liechtenstein, then maybe. Morocco are littered with talent.
Yeah, I know.
And it did leave massive spaces. But I think he recognised that, which is the main point. If it stuck with that the full game, I think we would have been in a far worse shape. Andrew, your take on the sort of opening 20 minutes before that water break? Similar sort of vibe to what we've just been discussing? Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one to say in hindsight because, I mean, do I think that the decision to man mark Hakimi with Tierney in the midfield was wrong? Yeah, of course I do. But, I was one before the World Cup screaming for us to try something different, to be brave, and at the end of the day, I mean, that decision didn't work out. You've got to credit Clarke for changing it, at that water break. But, he was being brave. He was trying something. And for us to try and get something out of these games, you can't really argue too much that, we would have to roll the dice in some sort of way to try and to get a point or 3 points or whatever. And he maybe did revert more to default sort of second half, and we were really threatening, I thought, actually, and very positive. But in that first half, Morocco started really quickly, right from the kickoff. Their press was really, really high. The Tierney situation did confuse the team, I think, positionally. But I'm so reluctant to be too critical. The result wasn't a bad result, in my opinion. I know loads of people will disagree with that, but I was really expecting us to get an absolute scalp in there, and for us to go 1-0 down within 2 minutes, and then not concede another goal, through the rest of the 90. To be fair, it went exactly as I thought it wouldn't go after that goal went in. So, to be fair, hats off to Clarke and hats off to the team, because they did change and they did sort of bounce back from that. So, I think looking at it positively, it's not really as bad as maybe some are making out.
Yeah, it's really fine margins. And one thing that Clarke changed was the man marking of Hakimi, which we've mentioned, but I thought after that water break, potentially as a word with the players to say this ref is incredibly lenient, so therefore don't chuck yourself to the ground as much. You're not going to get the fouls. I feel like that message could have come from the coaching staff a bit earlier than it did, because we lost possession so many times by trying to buy a foul, it's not wrong to try and do that in the game, because the way that the English Premier League, which is where a lot of our players play, those types of things are given. But in the end, I think it cost us the possession quite a few times where we were in promising positions on the pitch, and they get the ball and turn it over. So the ref had 3 big calls, I think, from a Scottish perspective anyway. One of them was the challenge on Adams when he was potentially through on goal, even though it was about 35 yards out. Could be an argument that the defence on either side could have come back to cover. It's a yellow card for the Moroccan defender. Struggy, do you think on another day that could be a red, or do you think VAR should have looked at it?
I think a yellow was fair. It was quite far out, and it was Che Adams, so the referee probably thought he's not scoring that, so I'll just give him a yellow card. I mean, I didn't think at the time it was a red card. The penalties, on the other hand, we can come to that, but the ref was a prick, so my thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's a good point. I agree. I don't think it was a straight red. If he'd given it on the pitch, I don't think VAR would have overturned it, really.
Can't really remember how far away the ball was.
For me, it's a red. He's the last man. And clearly once you see a replay of it, so I don't see how that can't be a red. It's a letter to the law. Surely that's a red card. It doesn't matter how far out you are. I mean, he was in the opposition half. He was the last man. I can't really understand why that's not given.
Get it up, Tam. I can't remember honestly where the ball was, to be fair.
I think it was just inside their half.
Was he getting the ball over the top then? Was it near it? Was it? What was it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a source that I can show on screen, but it's tricky.
Bloody ref, man! That ref was something wrong with him, eh? Absolute bizarre.
Yeah,
bizarre.
I just coming back to, I mean, not charging ahead to the penalties, but coming back to just the general kind of decisions about not giving free kicks. I mean, when I watched the highlights back, I mean, a lot of them are pretty clear fouls. So I do agree with Tam about the sort of, what you'd expect in the Premier League, but I mean, there's quite a few attacks that the Moroccans had that were plain and simply just you know, built up from clear fouls. I mean, there was one, I don't know if you remember, where I think it was McTominay was like taken out by a guy's shoulders going into his legs. Basically, it was like a rugby tackle with no arms,
he fell over
and Moroccans almost went and scored. So there was sort of most of them were just running into the back of players, but I thought the ref was poor overall.
I mean, refs in the World Cup have been quite like letting a lot go, but this ref was worse than anything I've seen. And then he would just give like one random foul that was the same as other fouls that you hadn't given.
It's the inconsistency, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's it.
And which one to give? Like, and then
I don't really understand the narrative post match from is it like the ref and expert, the woman that was speaking to the ITV studio via video link. I don't know what her title is, but she said it was a penalty, and she's saying about pardon?
Christina Uncle.
Thank you.
That's her name.
She's saying that this referee is known to be like this. I don't know if I'm being a bit overly critical in saying that should all refs in the same tournament not referee to the same standards?
No.
Because in the Premier League in England, for example, they speak about it quite a lot. They should all be, if you're going to give it, like if one referee's going to give a foul, then every other referee should get it. And it was the inconsistency for me. I don't think though that red card incident is enough to be overturned. I think the on-field decision's fine. Personally, I don't think it's that clear and obvious. And it's the same with the penalties. I think all three decisions could have gone Scotland's way on another night with another ref on field, and I don't think they would have been overturned by VAR. I don't think it was clear and obvious from
VAR. Yeah, VAR is actually being used. Has it been used properly this World Cup compared to how it is in England? Like
in the Scottish game,
marginal decision. Yeah, marginal decisions. It's in Scotland, yeah, as well. Forgot. Marginal decisions that aren't obvious errors that could be given either way are being allowed to sort of go. Whereas in Scotland or England, the minimal thing would be looked at for about 25 minutes by VAR.
In Scotland specifically, I think when the VAR disagrees with the ref about anything, whether it's clear and obvious or not, he makes him look at the monitor or he tells him that he's wrong. Whereas the way it should be used, which is how it's happening here, is look, that decision could have gone either way in a game. You've given it this way, so we're just going to leave it because it's not clear and obvious. Whereas if there was a clear trip and the ref just missed it, and it was a goal scoring opportunity, whatever it might be, then he should intervene.
That's why we just don't. That's why it's quite annoying from our point of view that they weren't looked at. But then because we're used to it being used in a certain way, so I guess if it's been used in the correct way, then you have to go with what the referee sees at the time. Because none of the contacts, or neither of the two contacts, are like obviously a mistake. Like you could see why he didn't give them, and then you could see why he could possibly have given them. I mean, everyone's been disagreeing. Like certain people have disagreed. Certain people think it was this penalty, this penalty.
I just can't. I disagree. Like so the McGinn one to start with. I mean, does he make contact with the player and stop him from advancing? Therefore, it's a foul in the box. Yeah, like he does. He clearly does. It's not questionable, and the McTominay one is, in my opinion, arguably worse because the contact is way more obvious to take him out. The contact with McGinn, it's up at his thigh. The contact with McTominay, it's below the knee, and he doesn't get the ball, so therefore it's a foul. I can't really see how that can be debated. I don't really. If there was any contact with the ball, fair enough. If it was shoulder to shoulder, fair enough. But for me, anywhere else in the pitch, you'd be screaming for a free kick. But the fact that both of them, are two players running at full pelt into the box, that is enough contact to take them down. There is no contact with the ball from the defender. I don't understand how they're not giving us penalties.
I think playing devil's advocate, the McGinn one, the ball's almost out of play by the time he goes down, but
it isn't.
If it had been knocked past, yeah, it's almost out of play. There's no way he's getting to it, and referees can make that call. I'm not gonna. This is what I mean. Like we can't go back and forth and saying but this, but that. But I think that's why it's not a clear and obvious error, is the fact that the ball's going out of play. McGinn's not getting to it. Just as I say, devil's advocate, the McTominay one is, the argument is McTominay's already going down. Yes, there's movement from the defender towards McTominay and there is contact, but for the ref, who all game has been lenient, there's not enough contact for McTominay to go down and call it a foul. Like I say, in another game, you could get all three decisions going for you, and they wouldn't be overturned by VAR either. And as much as I would love them to be, I don't think Scotland can sit here and say that we were robbed, because we didn't create a chance on goal. If we'd peppered them with 2 or 3, 4 shots on target in the last half an hour, and you'd had those decisions against you, you'd feel a bit hard done by. But I don't think we did enough in attack to feel too.
I agree. Like in open play, yeah. And the thing is, like, if you score penalties, the game changes as well. How do the Moroccans react to that? There's so much to be said in hindsight, as to what the end result of that game then is. But for me, with the McGinn one, if you say McTominay's one's a dive, that's fair enough. But with the McGinn one, ultimately you've given possession back to the opposition without it going out of play, with there being a foul to interrupt the play. So ultimately it's a foul, and if it's a foul, it's a free kick or it's a penalty, depending on where it is. So for where it is, it's a penalty. I think the ref would say that can't give it, because it's going to go out after the foul has happened. Like I can't.
I think because if he's not fouled, he's not getting to the ball anyway. So it would have been a corner kick. If he's not fouled, he would have ran, not got to the ball. It would have been a goal kick anyway.
So if the ball's already going out, can somebody chop somebody then?
Punch them.
I mean,
can you just take a player out? Because
that decision could have gone another way. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's for me. It's not clear and obvious to overturn the ref's decision, because there is that margin of, like, there's not a goal scoring opportunity after McGinn's hit the ball because the ball's going out. But
it's a foul, is what I mean. It's a foul in the box. Doesn't matter where it is on the pitch. Like, if that was going out for a throw in, if it's a foul on its way out for a throw in, the fact that he's fouled the player, you've got to give it. I think, but the fact of the matter is that there's debate, clearly. So exactly. Ultimately, it can't be as cut and dry as I think it is. So that's just a fact. And therefore, unless he did actually chop him in the box, unless it was a nasty challenge, studs up, whatever. Then there's always going to be that debate, and I think even more so, as you said, when you've got a ref that's being fairly inconsistent. So it's fairly difficult to say he should have given that, because you've got refs from all over the world that are reffing to different, not necessarily standards, that shouldn't be the case, but different styles of football. So
you'll have refs that do their homework as well, and know McGinn and his style of play is to get his body in the way to win fouls. Maybe in the ref's mind or the VAR's mind, McGinn's put the ball past him, sees it's going out, chucked his arse into the guy to get knocked over. Like you say, it's almost hip to hip, isn't it, the contact? So that's where the dubiety maybe comes in from their perspective. But on another day, you never know. We might have got a penalty, and I think there's what's the XG on a penalty, 0.79 or something. You've got a 79% chance of getting that goal. So, but we didn't. Towards the end of the game, the last 20-30 minutes, Scotland were better in possession, created more opportunities without anything really going on goal. And I think towards the end, our attacking threat looked much more positive, because McTominay was playing in his best position, which is as a number 10, arriving late into the box, being up there to take a flick down from the striker, or take that flick himself. Do you think in that game his position was wrong, or do you think we needed to start that game with him further back to create a bit more stability? He's, I think he has ran the most of any player in the World Cup so far, with Lewis Ferguson being second in that list. So he's not being lazy, but he's not really had an impact for Scotland so far. Struggy, do you think he needs to play further up in the next game?
Yes, I do. I think he needs to bring in on a midfielder, perhaps McLean, or if Gilmour would have been fit, he'd be playing. I think he's wasted playing deeper. But McTominay also needs to chill a bit. I felt like he had a bit of a Ronaldo syndrome. In the
Towards
last
the end, yeah.
Just chill out, man. You don't have to be the hero. Get out of people's way, maybe. Fucking shooting.
The shove on Dykes' back.
Yeah, just stop pushing him away.
He was just getting a bit excited. Like, he had a boner and stuff. So like,
Is it true? He did have a cracking stunner.
He's clearly our most threatening player, and he needs to be further forward. So McLean should probably start, I think, or anyone else. I don't even know.
It brings us on quite nicely to that Brazil game. We can.
I don't like
look
Christie being
options.
there, but anyway, Scotland were just in the first half toothless. Morocco scored, and after like 20 minutes, they were like, "You just have the ball for a wee bit. We'll just relax because you'll do absolutely nothing with it." And we just sort of passed it about for a bit, passed it sideways, and then eventually they pressed us a little bit and we lost the ball, or we did some sort of crap attack. It's always frustrating when that happens. The sort of lack of attacking threat is frustrating. That's why I think Doak needs to start like every game, because at least he can actually move us forward with some intent. And I think he's fairly good at tracking back. I mean, we saw in the game against Haiti, he was winning goal kicks and going mental. So the argument that he's maybe not defensively aware, I think, is wrong. I think he needs to. I think for Scotland to be good in attack, he needs to play, and McTominay needs to be further forward. Those are the two things that have to happen against Brazil, because we can't just go in with this idea you can do both. You can have the defensive stability and offer some attacking threat, which we need to do from the off, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that you're saying Gannon-Doak he's our best attacking outlet, and he needs to start for us to have that attacking threat. I think you could also argue that the back three allows our wing backs to do that, and Ben Gannon-Doak, then maybe if you're not quite where you want to be in the game, second half we can switch to a back four and he can come on and change the game. But moving on to that Brazil game, I would just say before we move on, the last time we played a top 10 side in a tournament was Germany, and we went 1-0 down very early and we got our arse handed to us. So, what's up, Guild?
it wasn't good.
Yeah, sorry. I thought my mic or my camera had gone skew if they were your face. Yeah, we got our arse handed to us in that one, and we sort of collapsed. And we've gone 1-0 down to Morocco, who are now 6th in the world, semi-finalists in the last World Cup, could easily be in that position again this year. They've got Saibari, who's just signed for Bayern Munich, through the front. They've got Hakimi at right back, who's just won a Champions League, and I would say, limited their chances for the rest of that game. Angus Gunn made a brilliant save. But apart from that, it wasn't like getting battered for 90 minutes. So I think there's a lot to be proud of, especially given a very shaky start under that pressure and in that heat. So on to Brazil then. And speaking of heat, we're down in Miami for that game, where the thermostat's been cranked up even higher.
Sweaty.
Do you want to see a back four or a back five going into that, Guild? I think to me that's one of the biggest talking points.
I think for me, I've been debating this, really, to be honest. Naturally, I would have just said a back five, and used the wing backs to get forward. However, for what Matthew was saying about Gannon-Doak being a real threat, I think that would work better. As a 4-4-2. Potentially, I know that's maybe quite bold for playing against Brazil, but
you have to attack these fullbacks. Like, they're old and shit. Like, fucking go at them. Like
that's why I maybe would prefer Gannon-Doak just running at them. For me, I think over the two games, Ferguson's been the best player in my opinion. So I really hope he's got the legs to play another solid game for us. We're really going to need to dominate in midfield, and really, as Matthew was saying, really test those fullbacks, really be solid, in the middle of the park, be physical, not really too clued up on who's reffing it and what kind of style they tend to sort of adjust to best, which I suppose is a really crucial part of the selection now. But yeah, I'd really like to see us have a right go at them. Be physical. Wouldn't mind seeing Dykes and McGinn come off the bench, and really sort of rough them up in the second half. But yeah, I'll change my mind from a back five to a back four. I think I'll stick to that.
Interesting you mentioned Ferguson. I agree. I think he's been outstanding. In that last game, him and Hendry and Gunn probably were my three best players. But he's been rested during training this week. He had a day off for some rest. He's been training on his own. Other two injury worries have been Hickey and McKenna. McKenna's obviously not played a minute this tournament. But listening to Naismith in the press conference, looks like McKenna should be absolutely fine. Ferguson also should be fine. Hickey's still got a bit of a question mark over his head. So if we're needing to play a back four, I'm personally not trusting Nathan Patterson to be a right back in a back four up against Vinicius. I'm not too
Would
sure.
you mind seeing Tierney at it? I know obviously it's been a while, but would you mind seeing him slotting it right back?
Personally, if Hickey can't start, I think I'd rather see a back five to have a bit of cover for the wing back position and put Jack Hendry out there, who's been great. He can obviously step out on the ball as well.
Yeah, fair play.
I think Hickey, if he's not up to playing a full 90 minutes, or he might start and play an hour. To be fair, he might say that, like, you never know. This is all or nothing here. We need to get a result. So Hickey, you're going to give us your best hour. Struggy, I've not really come to you here on how we're going to set up. What sort of system do you want? 4-5 at the back?
I don't think he'll go back to the 5. I just don't think he will do it again. Could you possibly play Patterson and then maybe McGinn on the right hand side to offer some more experience protection?
Got
I'd
to
like
question
to see
McGinn's defensive work in Haiti, though. I think he wasn't really too solid down that right.
Yeah, maybe so. I think it'll be 4 at the back. I don't know who'll be playing, but I think it'll be 4. I think he has to bring in an extra midfielder. I don't think Christie worked with Ferguson there for Scotland, so you could potentially bring McLean in, who I think has played quite well in the games he's played.
He was excellent when he came on, yeah.
I agree.
And then McGinn on one side, McDoak on the other, McTominay behind a striker, of which I don't know who it will be.
So is that a 4-2-3-1 if you want to put a number to it? Yeah.
4-3-3. Well, possibly, yeah, 4-2-3-1. I think
it goes to a 4-4-1-1 in defence, doesn't it? The Doak, McGinn.
Yeah. I think we need to get at Brazil's wing back, fullbacks, as I said. I was reading that they played like a diamond formation in their last game where they had like Casemiro at the base, then they had Bruno Guimaraes, Paqueta, and then like Vinicius and the other guy from Barcelona, I think, who's injured now. Rafinha,
yeah.
Yeah, and then kind of like Cunha sort of in there as well. And that they relied a lot on their fullbacks to get forward, so there might be some spaces in behind we can exploit potentially if Ancelotti goes with the same sort of style. But yeah, it's like Danilo and then some boy I've never heard of. It's certainly not the fullbacks that Brazil are used to having, so that could be an area we can exploit. Again, try and maybe put pressure on Casemiro when he's on the ball. Obviously, he struggled a bit against Morocco. But then obviously you don't want to leave yourself too wide open, so I guess it's pressing in the right moments, as you like to say, Tam.
Yeah.
I'd like to see us be more aggressive. That's what I'd want to see.
McTominay in that 10 up against Casemiro, if that's what you're thinking. I think he would have his number, or he'd probably have the best chance of it.
I'd like to see us be aggressive and not be obviously gung-ho, but I'd like to see us try and impose ourselves a bit more. Not necessarily, be all out attack, having loads of shots, but just sort of have more impetus, really get in and about them.
Just be nasty.
Be a bit nasty. I think they can be get at these bloody Brazilians. We don't. I mean, yeah, they've got bloody Vinicius, but come on, got Doak.
Yeah,
better.
I'm not against a 4 at the back. I'd love to see. I've said this before. I think the back 5 works really well, and then you can have Ferguson and McLean with McGinn and McTominay ahead.
Has he played it like
the width comes from wing backs?
When was the last time you played it?
Played it in both in the friendly, in the second friendly, I think, against Ivory Coast in March.
Okay.
The Japan game was a 4 and
So the players will know it inside out anyway, really. So it's not as if
they're used to both systems. There's the majority of the squad's been there for a long time. They know how to play it, and I think it personally works really well. But if we're going to go with a 4, I think like a 4-4-1-1 with McTominay just behind a striker. It obviously can form a 4-4-2 like you're saying, Andrew. But if you're going with one up top, do you want to see Dykes come in for this game? Adams has started the last two, obviously with Shankland in the first game, but then on his own against Morocco. What do you reckon, Gil?
Dykes has got such good qualities as an impact sub. You know, when you've been absolutely hammering a defence, to bring him on, it's the last person you want to see coming on. Like it must be a little bit soul destroying. But I just don't think him. I just don't. No offense to him, but I just don't think he's got the quality to start the game and have that type of effect. You know, when he has come on, he's made a real good impact, and you know it's when people are, you know, the defenders are feeling it. But it's a tall ask to maybe ask Adams to start another game. So, whoever it will be, whether it's Dykes, Shankland, Adams, I don't know. I don't think anyone's a terrible option, but I would prefer to see Shankland or Adams start and Dykes come on. I would like to definitely see Dykes come on, like at some point, and do his thing. But I just out of the three, I think I'd probably prefer him not to start.
I mean, the job of the striker's hard enough. Sorry, Tom. Just the fact that Brazil's centre halves are so strong. You know, you've got Marquinhos and Gabriel, two incredibly imposing centre halves. So whoever's going to be up there is going to have living off scraps. So I think Dykes should probably start just to be that battering ram to try and get us up the pitch to allow us to play the ball out wide.
Gives you another out ball as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Again, I mean, Gabriel's so strong at those sort of one-on-one duels. So whether Adams, I can see him just getting bullied in that game, you know, unless he wants to drop in behind. But
he's not really got the pace either. None of our forwards have the pace. Our best chance of getting him behind is Doak, isn't it? In terms of
George Hurst is quite quick.
Oh, don't bloody just play Ross Stewart then. What did they call him? I heard what's his nickname? It was the nickname at Sunderland. They call him the Loch Ness Drogba. That's what it was. The Loch Ness Drogba. So yeah, play him. Why not play him? He's bloody big. He beat Arsenal already this season. Scored against Arsenal, the cup.
Yeah, he did. It shows that any of our strikers are capable of doing it if Ross Stewart's managed it playing for Southampton. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm in two minds. Like you say, Adams is reliable. He's I think the most all round striker we've got, isn't he? He does the most.
We've seen games.
I don't think Shankland's capable of playing up top on his own. So Dykes is good off the bench, like you say, Andrew. But I think to have him as an out ball to play it long and get knockdowns to McTominay if he's in that 10, I think that'd be quite good. And also, if you're getting the ball out wide, he's the best aerial threat from crosses coming in, you would argue. But it's quite a daunting thought, Lyndon Dykes up against two Champions League finalists and Gabriel and Marquinhos on his top.
He missed a decent header in that Morocco game, didn't he, Dykesy?
It's McSauce's fault. He rammed into the back of him. Threw him off balance.
I think Stewart could be the wild card. Do you think? Any chance of him starting at all? I think it was decent when he came on. I don't
think he's a bad player. I just don't think he's bled into the squad enough. You know, it would be a huge curveball, that one.
You do need something.
Yeah, I mean, I would be slightly nervous if he started, just purely because of that reason. But he's not a bad player, though.
Playing, though. It's a free hit being striker for Scotland.
It is. But Brazil. Is it the game that Clarke's going to roll the dice that hard? You know, when he's, especially in a position like striker where you've got to work with confidence. You know, how are the other three kind of feeling if he's got to start over them? You know, after all they've kind of done over the campaign. So as much as we've not been like super threatening, especially in the Morocco game, or the Haiti game, let's be honest. But
Any game.
you know, these guys have definitely played their part. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I would have played Bowie, but he obviously wasn't called up.
yeah,
Oh, here we go.
yeah.
Mercodi boy.
Well, he's playing in Serie A, my man, scoring goals against Juventus and Inter Milan.
That's
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that's
so
not
did
what Adams
Adams,
does
no?
either.
Yeah, I don't think-
Adams is terrible.
I don't think he
Shit.
scored many goals against Juventus or Inter Milan.
Nice.
Or from Clarke. I think he's from England, is he not? I think he's born in England. But a
Behave
real man,
yourself.
a Scottish man born in Clarke. Home of Adam Smith, Gordon Brown, real Scottish men.
That's it.
Matthew Strugnall. Colin Strugnall. Roger Strugnall.
So yeah, big one on Wednesday night, 11 p.m, 2300 if you're that way inclined. BBC or ITV coverage, Struggy, you know best about these things?
Don't know.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to assume
Great.
BBC because ITV got the last one. I'll check for you now.
Not sure if that's the way it works. While Struggy checks
Andrew, you
that
want
out.
to guess?
Oh, never
Andrew's
mind.
going to guess which one it's on.
I'm just going to guess.
I'm
It's a
gonna
really
say
fun
BBC.
game, this one.
Wait, go on, Andrew,
BBC.
guess. On Channel 5,
The
perhaps?
BBC. The BBC.
I'll guess ITV just to be different.
It's the BBC.
Well done, Andrew. 1 point to you. You win that round.
Well done, Andrew.
Thanks. I get the rolls.
You get the rules.
They're gone, son.
So I think, yeah, like we say, big one on Wednesday night. If we get a point, we are guaranteed, 99%, isn't it, at the moment, to go through with 4 points. And like a neutral goal difference. If we win, we can top the group if Morocco fail to beat Haiti, which isn't going to happen. So yeah, win pretty much secures us second place. And if we lose, I think 2-0, it drops to about a 55-60% chance of going through. But our group is the second one to conclude. So we've got another 10 groups to conclude after that. So it's a long waiting game and looking at permutations and whatnot. But that'll keep us busy once Scotland's games are finished on Wednesday night. I think if at the moment it's a 70% chance if we do go through that we play Germany back up in Boston. So it'll be a bus back up the road for a lot of the Tartan Army if they can get another mortgage on their house to stay out for a bit longer. Failing that, I think the other 30% is a trip to Mexico City to play Mexico.
Come on, that's class.
0.6% chance of a game against Group I's winners.
What are your
New York.
thoughts, say, if we qualify with like 3 points after losing 1-0 both those games and beating Haiti 1-0? Is it a proud achievement or is it something that's I don't know, what's the opposite?
I asked that to you both in the send-off episode, and you both resoundingly said, "Of course, it's a great achievement."
But then
Is
I
your
thought we'd do
opinion
better
still the
against
same?
Haiti. The fact we didn't really play that well,
Why does that
didn't we-
matter? 3 points,
we didn't deserve to win.
really?
Well,
I think we beat Brazil 3-0. And then we play Mexico, beat them about 4-5. And then we've got England after that, probably spank them about sort of 6 or 7. And then just go through to the quarterfinals after that. And after that, I mean, whatever happens, you've got to say pretty proud of the guys, if we're getting that far.
the 6 and 7s, yeah.
Yeah.
Final potentially against Dr. Congo? No? Not
Could
going to go
be,
that far?
it could be. I mean, they're a dangerous side. Got a lot of talent in there.
They were just made to look good because they played a shit Portugal team, mate. I reckon Dr. Congo are rubbish, but they're just made to look good by that mob.
Yeah,
Martinez,
Ronaldo's
mate,
strength.
the con man.
He's a con man.
Should have got the Celtic job.
Anything else on Brazil Morocco World Cup, lads? Are we all pretty happy with where we are at this stage going into the Brazil game? Are we confident?
I'm confident we can
I
get.
think so.
I'm confident we can show up and do something. I really hope we do something. No regrets, mate. Just no regrets.
There's nothing for us to not feel positive about. I mean, I've shared in the group social media post, and the comments were ridiculous. But I mean, I suppose that sums up social media. But
Yeah, right.
I don't really know what we've got to be. Yeah, fuck you, Rice Boy.
Yeah, Rice
I don't. Just joking, Rice Boy. It wasn't you. But yeah, I don't know what we've got to be negative about. We beat Haiti. Yeah, it was a really shit game, but we got the 3 points. As Tam said, played a top 10 side. Didn't get embarrassed. Actually had a few opportunities to maybe try and do something in the second half. We were positive, we were brave. Just started the game badly. That was all it was. And Morocco have been starting incredibly well. I mean, they could have put 3 past Brazil in that game. In their opener. So no shame. And we're going into this Brazil game with a chance. I mean, fucking hell, you should be absolutely snatching hands off for this types of opportunity. So
Give me your
I hope
score,
everybody's
Andrew.
positive.
Give me your score.
I think we're going to do it 1-0. I think I'll be positive. I'll say 1-0. I think and that's me counting on us being super tight, positionally, defensively, particularly, and just managing to take an opportunity. I don't think we'll have a lot of them, but I'll back a result.
Tam,
I think we'll qualify from the groups.
give us a result. You mug.
I think we'll qualify from the groups.
Oh,
That's the result.
okay. So he'll say 1-0 to Brazil. I'm going to say 1-1.
Very positive. The two, yeah. I predicted pre-tournament that Morocco would finish top on 7, we'd finish second on 6. So I think I have to back a victory.
Come on.
Yeah, you've always said we're going to beat Brazil. You've said it.
My head says
time and time again.
He's
yeah,
always
it is.
believed.
My head says 2-1 Brazil, but I'll back a Scotland win and say 2-1 Scotland instead.
Come on.
Not that
man,
that will
say
be my
believe.
score in the predictor league because I value points over credibility.
Get a grip.
Poor. Real poor.
Right, time for a quiz, lads. Are you happy with that? Anything else to add
I
before
guess
we-
so,
Anything?
yeah.
Any more chat about my life that I can think of?
Moroccan
Nah.
hummus is very nice. I like it with the raisins in it. So
What is?
Oh,
Moroccan hummus.
Alright. What is that?
So
Just like
hats
regular hummus?
off to them. No, it's like flavored. It tastes like Moroccan, and it's got sultanas or raisins in it.
Like all brand.
Not like all brand. More
Alpen?
sort of hummusy than sort of dry and sort of oaty. And more sort of Moroccan-y. As
You
well,
get it
I'd
from any
say.
major supermarket or
well described.
Yeah, you can get it from all your major supermarkets. Just say, like, where's your hummus kept? They'll say over there and say, I'm actually looking for some Moroccan hummus. And then they'll probably take you through the back, you slip them a 20, and then they give you the Moroccan hummus.
Our rice man made it till 57 minutes before he decided to turn off this time.
bloody love
Then
hummus. I'm
then
not
we
gonna
got
lie.
into hummus and he's buggered off.
Bloody love hummus.
In a world where sponsorship is more accessible than ever, that world exists at sportsponsorship.co.uk. Whether you're interested in making a difference to your local community or further afield, or perhaps you're looking for access to tens of thousands of followers online to push your brand further than ever, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk. That's sportsponsorship.co.uk.
Okie dokie. Tonight's or this afternoon's or this morning's quiz, depending on when you're listening, is a general knowledge World Cup quiz. It's not all based around Scotland, and you're going to team up because I can't be arsed getting you to WhatsApp me your answers and reading them out that way. So you're going to be a team. This is the quiz that I'd prepared for the watch party on Friday that we didn't manage to get round to having.
Okay.
So I've recycled it. So Robbo, if you're listening, I was going to send you this via message, but I've left it to make sure that you're still listening to the pod.
Yes, Robbo. Biggest fan.
I'll say that the pass mark here is to get 10 out of 15 as a team. because there's a few multiple choice ones.
Easy, mate. Easy.
That's what the pass mark is. Right, in how many of the 7 matches that Brazil played at the 2002 World Cup did Ronaldo score in?
Right, well, I know he scored in the final. He scored 2 in the final. Did he win the
played in
golden-
all 7 matches. How many of them did he
What was
score?
it? Germany in the final, was it?
Yeah, he scored a double, yeah. Semi-final, I think they beat Turkey, maybe 1-0. He scored, maybe like Rivaldo or some shit. Maybe he scored in didn't he score against England, I know that. That was
I'm
Rivaldo and
gonna
Ronaldinho.
Guess 9, I would say.
No, it's how many games did he score in?
I'm going to guess
how many
9
games?
out of 7.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought how many goals he scored.
I'm going to say 3 games. 2 in the groups and then the final.
Well, you're a team here, so you're going to have to come to an
All
agreement.
right, I'll go with you then. Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay, 3 we say.
But
3,
personally, we
final
said
answer?
4.
Personally, would have said 4. Do you want to go with 3.5?
No, I'll go for 3.
no.
Wrong. Do you want to go for 4?
Bugger.
Yeah.
For the purpose
Still
of
wrong. It's 6. He scored in every game at the World Cup, apart from the quarter-final against England.
Damn, what do I know about England? Really? He scored in
Golden
all
Boot
6 or 7
winner.
games? That's impressive.
Did?
Oh,
Yes.
phenomenal.
That is impressive.
0 out of
Ronaldo.
1 so far.
England
Question 2. Which country's goalkeeper has been awarded the Lev Yashin / Golden Glove Award since its inception in 1994, but has never won the World Cup?
That's
So
for the
he
best.
won it in '94, but never won the World Cup.
No, I will repeat the question. Which country's goalkeeper has been awarded the Golden Glove Award twice since its inception in 94, but the country has never won the World Cup?
Okay, so he's the best goalkeeper at a World Cup, but he's never won the World Cup since '94. So '98.
Which country's goalkeeper? Just to be clear, it's not a goalkeeper. Which country's goalkeeper?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of good goalkeepers, mate.
That's fine. I'm just making sure because you have a
2002,
tendency
you
not
had
to
like
listen.
What about Buffon?
no, he won it in Italy in 2006. You lug.
And the country themselves have just never, full stop, won the World Cup since 1930.
So it can't be Germany. I thought maybe can, but obviously they won it. In
Wait,
They've won it 4 times.
it's the
okay.
Andrew. I'll break the question for you, right? A goalkeeper has been the best goalkeeper at the World Cup twice, but their country's never won the World Cup. But he's been the best
Yeah.
goalie for his
And
country
so
who haven't won the World Cup.
I said Buffon.
Yeah, Italy's
Who's
won the World Cup,
Italy's goalkeeper.
but they've won
When?
the World Cup.
They've won it 4 times, Italy. What are we not understanding here?
Oh, fuck it. You pick one then.
So it can't be Brazil, Argentina, France,
Uruguay.
Germany, Uruguay.
England.
It can't be any of these countries. Pick a country that's not won a World Cup, and you might have a chance of getting a point.
Let's
England.
go.
Scotland.
They've
Brazil.
bloody England's won the World Cup.
I don't know. You pick one.
All right,
I
I'm trying
can't
to
think of any goalkeepers.
Right, who's Portugal's
You don't have-
goalkeeper? Portugal, maybe they had a good goalie. Maybe like who else just had a good goalie? Portugal, France, Senegal, African countries. Let's just go Portugal.
Wrong. I'm just going to not wait for you to lock in that because that was painful. The answer is Belgium. Michel Prudhomme, or I don't know how you pronounce his name, Prudhomme, in 1994 won the Golden Glove, and then Thibaut Courtois in 2018 won the Golden Glove. So 2 Belgians have won it, but they've never won the World Cup.
Great.
Question 3, and this one has some recency to it, so I've had to update the question. Messi has played 28 matches at the World Cup. How many times has he been awarded Player of the Match? This is multiple choice. Is it 13, 15, or 19 of his 27 matches?
We're counting tonight.
Counting today's game, yes, where he was awarded Player of the Match.
Yeah, we'll go 19.
You're
Yeah.
0 from 3. It's 13. 13 Player of the Match awards in his 20.
Andrew, come on up with your game, son.
Fucking suck it, mate. You said 19 as well.
Question 4. How many teams participated in the World Cup in its first year, 1930?
I think 4. I'm going to say 4. What do you think, Andrew? 4?
4.
Yeah, go 4.
I'll give you a second life. It's
Okay, 8.
more than double of more than 2 times 4.
10.
9? How could it be 10?
It's more than 2 times 4. You just picked a fucking
How would,
number, mate.
how would they split it then?
All right,
One,
say 9 then.
that'd be 9. That's been an even number. 12.
Does it
I
have to be an even
fucking
number?
said 9. I said 10.
How would they split 10? How would it be
Oh my
split?
God.
Because, like 2 groups of 5 and then the winners play in the final? Possibly. You'll say
Final
10.
answer?
Yeah, 10.
The answer is 13.
Oh, 13 an odd
You-
number.
Oh,
How's that work?
possible? Oh,
How's that work?
I'll leave you to go and Google that one. Right, you're 0 from 4, not a good start. Which player, question 5, which player has made the most appearances for Scotland at men's World Cup finals?
Not
Joe
got a
Jordan.
clue.
Joe
Fine.
Jordan, Kenny Dalglish, Graham Smith, Ali McCoist.
I'd
Final
say
answer?
Joe Jordan or Kenny would be your best out
Yeah.
of that lot.
Yeah.
I'll give you them both as an answer because they're both wrong. It's Jim Leighton with 9 appearances.
Terrible.
Yeah, you're pretty embarrassing. Right, so question 6.
Jim Leighton.
Which team have played 9 matches at the World Cup and never won a game? It's only one team to have done it. Played 9 times and never won a game.
Recently or
Some of them have been relatively recent, yeah.
Egypt?
They're not all back
Nah,
in
they
the
won
30s
yesterday.
and 50s and stuff.
I think Egypt won yesterday, but you did. Was it before that or?
I'll give you a clue. This team is not in this year's World Cup.
Great. Narrows it down. Only about 300 countries.
Well, think about past World Cups. There's some in your lifetime that this team has played at, so you should remember, oh shit, they were bad. They never won a game in that World Cup.
There's loads
If
of
you had
shit.
any sort of ball knowledge.
I just care about
I know-
domestic football.
Rob will be screaming at his phone or listening device at the moment saying, I know the answer to this because he's a buffin for this stuff.
Too much time on his hands.
Are you passing? Or going to
no.
give a stab?
No. Give us a clue. Give us a continent.
I think CONCACAF, is that
You
Caribbean?
think? Bloody hell.
Let's say
Jamaica.
Caribbean, make it easier.
Jamaica.
Wrong, Honduras.
Bloody
Oh,
Jamaica's
it's-
crazy.
Zero
Just
wins.
about to say that.
Jamaica be crazy, man.
Question 7. Multiple choice again. How many
Come on, Andrew.
games are Morocco now unbeaten after 90 minutes in? So not
I said
including any
that.
defeats in penalties or extra time.
Tam said
Is
this,
it
I'm sure.
19, 23, or 31?
31. I heard that stat. 31.
Yeah,
Trust
I
me,
agree.
heard that.
Congratulations, you've got your first point. Well done.
Easy.
I think they've only had 2 defeats in their last 56 or something like that.
So, no shame in getting beat 1-0.
Remarkable. Question 8. How many stars do Uruguay have above the badge on their shirt?
They've won the World Cup twice, so 2. Or is that a trick question? Because why would he ask how many stars? He would ask how many World Cups they've won, so it's got to be a trick question.
Got to be a trick question. Has to be.
Because you get a star for winning the World Cup. But why would he not just say how many times? Because then why say how many stars they've got? Because then if you know they've won the World Cup twice.
I'm going to say 4.
Fine, go for 4.
Oh, God.
For any reason, Andrew, or is that just a pure guess?
No, just being bold, mate.
Boldness has paid off. Correct answer. 4 stars.
Come on. Fuck yeah. Why
They
4?
won. They won the Olympics twice
You
before
said
the
2,
World
I
Cup.
just doubled it.
They won the Olympics. It's not real football.
Before the World Cup existed, they won the Olympics twice and called themselves champion of the world. And yeah, they classed them as World Cup wins.
That's
So you got
class.
2
Very
correct
nice.
answers in a row now. Question
Well
9.
done, Drew.
Who is the only player to have scored at 3 World Cup finals for Scotland?
Joe Jordan. Got to be Joe Jordan.
Correct. Well done.
Yes.
Yep.
Joe Jordan. Joe Jordan.
3 points in a row. On a roll.
Bloody solid.
Which team have drawn the most matches at the FIFA World Cup? All time.
I don't know. Could be anyone.
Gotta
I
be-
wrote this question on Thursday or Friday, so it might have changed since then.
Also in
Has
this
it
I'm going to
build.
say one of the big boys.
Spain. They like a lot of draws. They're pretty boring.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Spain.
España is incorrect. It's England with 22 draws.
You drawing
Ah.
bastards.
Yeah. Question 11. Who assisted Andres Iniesta to score his winning goal at the 2010 World Cup final?
Cesc Fabregas, best player I've ever seen in my life. Class.
Correct. Well done.
People used to say
Four.
People used to say I used to remind them of a young Cesc Fabregas when I was playing back in Scotty.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my dad.
Right.
Thanks, Dad.
All the local drunks?
Nah,
watched me play?
my dad. I'm my manager.
Question 12. Which city played host to the World Cup final back in 2002?
Is that not the South Korea and Japan one?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Final was in Japan or South Korea, Andrew. Seoul? Maybe?
Yeah, no, I can't really remember, but
Is it Seoul
I know it
or
was there.
Japan? Tokyo? Yakatomi
I'll
Plaza?
say Japan. I'll go Japan.
I think he's asking the
I'll
city.
Japan.
repeat. Which city played host to the World Cup final in 2002?
Is Japan not a city?
Japan City.
Say Tokyo?
Yoko Ono.
Yokozuna, yeah.
Yokozuna. Yeah, fine. Tokyo, yeah.
You are bang wrong. It was Yokohama.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I just said that. That's what I just said.
That's what I meant. Yokohama Tires.
Oh.
That's not what you said, and you don't get the point. Stuck on 4. Question 13. Who is number 14 for Scotland in this year's World Cup? Who has the number 14 in the squad?
Famous by Thierry Henry, of course, number 14, when he played for Arsenal. I'm going to say it's going to be...
Added on drivel.
It's called filling. I'm going to say that it's going to be a striker because they want to replicate Henry. I'm going to go Ross Stewart. Andrew, any thoughts?
I'll go with that. I don't know why I thought it was Shankland, but I'll go with Ross Stewart.
Ross Stewart is correct. Shankland is number 20.
Knew he'd want to replicate Thierry Henry.
Well done. That's your 5th point. 2 questions to go.
Doing well.
Who was the top goal scorer at the 2006 World Cup?
What was that? The Germany one?
It was in Germany, indeed, yes. Final between Italy and France. 1-1, which went to pens.
Maybe closer.
It's a very good shout, that.
Probably a low scoring one, like I'm sure it was like 6 goals maybe. They banged them in the group. Germany got to the quarters. I think he scored in the quarters.
They got to the semis, got papped out by Italy.
That's right.
Piero.
Italy had a few different scorers, and France as well won 1-0 a few times with different scorers. Yeah, I'm thinking closer. What do you think?
I'm happy with that. I think that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a correct answer. It wasn't even a closer call. He was on 5 goals. The next highest goal scorer was on 3. And
Bloody
the top goal
Messi's got
scoring,
5 already.
I know. Top goal scoring Italians in the tournament were only on 2 each, and they went on to win it. So Scotland still have a chance. Ish.
Come on.
You're on 6 points, I think, so far, with 1 question to go.
Come on.
Name one of the 2 French players to miss a penalty in the shootout in the 22 final. Name either one of them.
I know Tchouameni missed and Coman missed. So
I'll give you a double point for that. Well done.
Come on.
8 out of 15 in the end.
Decent. Tough. We don't know our old school ball.
Nah. You got off to a bad start, but you saved it towards the end. But still not, my pass marks were 10, so you still failed.
How's there 13 teams at the World Cup? That's all I want to know. What does one team do when other teams are playing?
Leave that as a head scratcher for the listeners. Go and ponder that, listeners, or just jump onto the internet, as Matthew should probably do, instead of asking me.
Oh, I thought you'd know, considering you wrote the question.
Nah, mate, nah. Some knowledge stays in the brain, some just drops out like a sieve.
So you read it and then just disregarded it.
I just saw that it was 13. I thought that was quite an interesting little thing for a question.
13. Good, well done, mate. It's only 13.
I tell you what, I'd take a 13-0 on Wednesday night, if you know what I'm saying.
Great.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying. Sweet, well, I think that's it. We're an hour and 13 into this ep as well. Everything's 13. Who's the Scotland number 13 in the squad?
Gordon?
Jack Hendry.
Is it?
I think Jack Hendry, yeah, he's always 13.
Lucky for some.
Maybe he's going to be the goal scorer on the 13th minute.
He's done me proud. That's slagging him off, but he's proved me wrong this tournament, so well done,
Very
sir.
good.
He has been top class. Indeed. Right. Thanks so much for listening. I hope that you are enjoying the World Cup as we all are. And best of luck to Steve Clarke and his squad of 26 for Wednesday night's game. Hopefully we're discussing next Monday night or Tuesday for the listeners, talking about who we've got next, which is likely to be Germany, which will be the day of the release of the episode as well. It's going to be, there's so much to discuss on Tin Pot.
What time will that be, Tam? For it? Have you seen that? Do you remember that? If we did get through? Nope, doesn't
Good
remember.
Good question, mate.
No.
I'm trying not to get myself too ahead of myself.
Where are you watching the Brazil game on Wednesday in the gaff?
With family in the family residence.
Can I come?
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
It's 4:30 p.m. in Boston, so that'll be 9:30 our time, I think.
Lovely.
PM.
Won't know who to support, you see. I'm part German, so.
How much part German are you?
Just my knob.
Yes,
on that note, enjoy the match. Any parting words, lads? Or can I just press stop?
Just
do
well.
Stop. Nice.
Just
See you later.
Or lose 1-0.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.